Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today I was expecting to be starting some more work on Poseidon, but I need to get the Kestrel, which is here, and you saw for the first time the other day, moving. You notice he has moved. I managed to get him started and get him out of the unit earlier, because a funny thing happened. I was trying to start him the other day to move him, and I didn't realise that it ran out of fuel. The fuel gauge does work. It's one of the few things on the dashboard that does actually work. So, first job is to adjust the idle. Yeah, so single HS4 carb rest. I haven't decided what I'm doing, but this is a working carb, so we're going to get this one kind of up and running first. The car does start. I've actually put some Valve Master in 2 gallons, so 10 litres of petrol, topped him up. That's given me about a third of a tank, so I think about 40 litres the tanks on these. Yeah, something like that. They're 8 gallon, so about 40 litres. So job number one, I'm going to get the camera set up on the tripod. We're going to try and adjust the idle because at the moment the idle is screaming his little head off. And the other issue I've got, which needs to be addressed fairly urgently, is I cannot get the car into reverse. It's not where I thought it was. And I've tried over, and so if I'm standing like that, so over and across like that. I've tried the other way and the other 2 ways, so all 4 ways it could be, but it does not want to go in. So we'll do a bit of investigation on that as well. And obviously you can have a bit of a closer look at the car as well. I've taken all this spare gubbins out, so backs, is that there? That's the back, so back seat, replacement dashboard is there, which will need re-varnishing, which I'm gonna undertake myself, because that's quite a fun job to do, I think. Some various trim bits as well. That's the trim for the replacement headlining. So if you look inside Kes, or old Kes, you'll see he's got no headlining and no trim on those C pillars down onto the B pillars as well. So I'm going to need to get some of that headlining material as well. I think it just sticks literally straight onto the roof rather than on a board. But the supplier that we use for headlining does, I believe, keep that stuff. But yeah, you can get a better appreciation of Kes now all that stuff's taken out. Couple of interesting comments, and thank you guys for the comments on the reveal video the other day. So some people have said this is a Van den Plas interior. I suspect they're probably right, because we've got things like the centre armrest, we've got the rear. Let's have a look in the back. Actually, have a proper look today now I've taken some stuff out. Rear armrest as well, so that's loose. That's an MOT fail. The picnic table as well. So that's your Van den Plas 1300 interior, which is correct. So I will try and find a Riley 1300 or Riley Kestrel interior. How easy that's going to be, I don't know. So the plan with that, so this isn't a rush project, because of course I've got Poseidon sitting over there, which is the current work ongoing, or current work in progress, and that needs to be done because at the moment the car hasn't got driver's seats or airbags or anything like that, so that needs putting back together. So luckily Christmas coming up, we've got a bit of time, but I do want to get this car, as I said in my first video, I do want to get this car ready for the Chiltern Hills Rally. That's going to be its kind of reveal. It's not going to be perfect, not going to be welded up. We'll obviously have to get the floor welded up. But the first job is to get the car idling properly and to find reverse so that I can actually move him in about. Because what I want to do is actually put the Van den Plas, so I'll just show you the unit, and this is nicking a bit from the members only update, but I'm sure the members won't mind. So I've got all these seats here, various ZT seats, so they need, so some of that's going to go in that car, so that's going to get done in the next week or so, and then there'll be a set listed or a set going to Austin. He hasn't quite decided whether he wants a set yet. Then there'll be a good set of Alcantaras that will go on Facebook Marketplace straight away. I don't need to keep all those seats. They take up a lot of room. That's almost, taking up the space of a car. So our plan is to get that done quick, so I can put the Kestrel. I want to put the Kestrel there because the ZS doesn't need to come out that quickly, and then I can put this at the front in the light so that I can do a proper video on this. But I really wanted to do that today so that I could make a video on Poseidon tomorrow. So you've got to think, this is the thing of doing YouTube, you've got to not only get on with doing the jobs, but you have to plan things for videos as well. As you can see by me moving into this position in the unit, the light is, even on a grey, grisly day like today, the light is so much better here at the front of the unit, and it's easy to work as well. My eyesight's not that great in low light like a lot of people's. So if the car's at the front, I can move him in and out easier. That's the Poseidon. That's better. So I really want to get this tucked away, dried off, get a cover. So I need to get in 2 more covers fairly quickly. That's a job for over Christmas. So I can put Kez under a cover, forget about him for a little while. But I need to get him drivable. So yeah, he goes forward. He's got power. It's fine. That works. And then yeah, but I need to get him in reverse as well. So if I jump in, try and show you, let's do the reverse first, and we'll have to maybe get some help from the comments. So here's our gear stick. I'll put the clutch down, even though we don't need to because the car's not running. So I'd have thought in an A series, reverse would be in neutral. So we're in neutral, over till we meet resistance, and then there should be a gate there. But there's no gate at all. So if I do that a second first, so I'd have thought it's there. If I try the other way, so this way, I can feel the gear linkage flexing, but that's not a gate. So that's fourth. First, second, third, fourth. That's straight across. That's not reverse. Even though there's a bit of resistance there. Doesn't push down at all. So that's the other way is getting into car into reverse, is to push down. So I've got a Haynes manual here. Maybe I should look at that and have a read up on that. So I'll do that off camera. We'll get the idle sorted out at least, and that will then hopefully I can move this car in and out of the unit, and that'll help me get on with Poseidon. But yeah, there we are. Video on Kez already, which I wasn't expecting to make. Right, so Haynes manual doesn't help me at all. So I've just messaged Alex from All Things Alex, see if he's got any idea. I could be doing just missing something really basic. In fact, there's a very high probability that's what I'm doing. But also just wondering what this cabling is here that's hanging down. But we'll find out about these little idiosyncrasies of this car at some point, no doubt. So let's get the camera set up on the tripod, and what I'll do while I'm in the car, I'll start him up. So that sort of settles down fairly nicely, and then it's just revving quite high. I can't tell what it's revving at because the rev count doesn't work, so that's something to check. So I'll get the camera set up on the tripod. One thing I didn't notice the other day is it's got a centre Essex exhaust, which sounds lovely. So yeah, it's quite nice. So let me get the camera set up, and I'll just grab a screwdriver and adjust the idle. Yeah, so just with the engine off for a sec. So then my idle screw is that one there, I think. Don't think it's that one there. So we'll get the engine fired back up again. It's nice and warm in that engine bay. So hopefully I won't need to blip the throttle to get him started. So if I just adjust Okay, so just a bit of adjustment. You heard it go up, the rev shoot up. So that was going clockwise, but going anti-clockwise, it's not really doing anything. I will just check the choke's not out, because it could be that it's got some choke. No, choke is definitely out. So, pass. I'm going to have to do some thinking on this. Quite smells hot as well. Not surprised, revving its little nuts off like that. So right, let me just go away and do some research, and we'll see if we can get that idle to reduce a little bit, so we're not creating masses of noise, heat, and wasting fuel, which is what we're doing at the moment, basically. Right, so message back from Alex. It will go into reverse. You pull up and to the right. So let's just test that. Yeah, we got reverse. Thank God for that. So we haven't got a major issue like I thought we had. And that idle, now it's cold, it's still high, but it's settled a bit more. But I've got Lewis coming up here to have a little look, because Lewis is used to working on old cars, given where he works at Classic Collective in Bicester, so they get a lot of very high-end stuff in. But that's not screaming, so I'm not overly unhappy with that, although it does stink. It really does smell. And my nose has been so blocked I can't work out what it is. So we'll have a little go on the carb in a sec. Right, Sunday morning, we're going to try again. So what I want to do is start the Riley up while it's cold, because obviously a lot of the filming yesterday, the car was warm, and I want to see what the idle does with the car cold. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go and get some. We haven't got an oil can up here. I'm going to get some 3-in-1 oil, the thin oil, and fill the dash pot up, because I was chatting to Lewis. Lewis, unfortunately, is full of germs, as many people are at the moment, so he can't come up and help me today. But the dash pot needs to be full of oil, and then we can really start to schoolboy I miss. It's been 10 years since I've been messing around with a carbureted car. Excuse me, my belly's a bit this morning, but it's a lovely day. The sun's come out. Before I get back into today's work, I want to just address something. I had a comment overnight about my channel having a paywall, and it doesn't. Channel memberships are not something I massively push, but they are available. Channel memberships are really helpful. You know, I do try and earn a bit of money out of YouTube, not masses, but that money that I earn from YouTube goes into keeping these projects on the go. So just to explain how I do my member-only videos. So occasionally, if I've got a lot of videos that I've made, I won't release them all in one go. I like to space them out a bit. I always try and do 2 videos a week that are available to everybody. No paywall. Everyone can watch those videos. I'll do the occasional members only updates. That is for members. Those people are paying £3 a month plus to be a member of my channel. Many of them are friends, I'll be honest, but that's one video every 6 weeks, 2 months, and that's literally it. Every other video I make, yeah, some of them go members only first. A lot of the show videos don't. They'll go straight out to everyone. A lot of my test drives go straight out to everyone. But I promise you, there's no paywall. The majority of my YouTube income is from ad revenue, the tiny little fraction of a pence you earn per view or per when someone watches through the video. But please rest assured, there's no paywall. Yes, there are some members only videos, but we're talking a handful, literally a few. So to those of you that are offended by that, I do apologise, but 98% of my videos, 99% of my videos are available to view to everyone. The members only ones are really just updates. They're nothing really. They're just a summary of what I'm doing in the unit, and today's video on the Kestrel is actually a large part of my last members update, and it's nice to, you know, reward people. They're paying some money, give them a Christmas message. Anyway, let's get this thing started up. Okay, so choke out all the way to start off with. Batteries, I think it needs to drive. We'll need to see if the alternator's charging, because the battery just seems to be a bit struggling a bit more every time I try and start it. and I am running it for quite some time, so maybe the alternator isn't charging. One thing we'll notice is the fuel gauge. You can't. I will grab the camera and show you actually. Yeah, so that fuel gauge is up at, oh yeah, it's just below half yesterday when I put some fuel in. So that's used quite a lot. So I'd say we probably are running a bit rich, or the mixture's just wrong. I think we got too much fuel and air, so it's like a really strange mixture. So I'm going to go and get some fuel for Poseidon, because that needs some fresh fuel in. I'm going to get some 3-in-1. I have got some oil I could use, but I've got no way of putting it in the car, so I will need to invest in an old-fashioned oil can at some point, and then we'll just finish off adjusting that car. But then we'll get this car out, get it in the sun for a bit, and then I can get Poseidon moved, move my seats, and off I go. I can finish doing some work to Poseidon. That video probably won't be out till after Christmas now, but this one will be available to everyone straight away. Right, so believe it or not, I couldn't find any 3-in-1 oil in any shops. I'm sure I've got some at home, but I forgot to bring it. So the dash pot does look like it's got oil in, but we'll just very carefully dribble some. This is a bit thicker than I'd ideally want, but we'll just very carefully dribble some in. That's got plenty in. Yeah, that's got loads in. So we'll just get a little rag just to absorb some out. And I think the carb's actually all right. I will fiddle with the mixture. Oh, now the dashboard cover doesn't want to go in. There we are. In it goes. So what I think we need to look at is the throttle return spring. The mixture adjustment will leave, because I think this car's got enough go to settle down. If I put the if I start the car up again, it's actually idling okay. The one concerning thing was when I undid the radiator cap a minute ago. Well, be careful, it's quite foamy under there. And it smells weird. It doesn't smell oily or fuely, but it does have a slightly distinctive aroma. So I think what I'm going to do, obviously now I can move this car, so what I've done, we'll shut that car off and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So it's a bit of a plan, but that's actually idling all right. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Just obviously, I think it was mainly down. Let's just shut that off. I think it was mainly down to the fact the car had very little fuel in, and what fuel was in there was potentially stale. Plus, you know, older fuel tank. You get to the bottom of the tank, there's probably some debris in there. So I think, you know, putting that 2 gallons or 10 litres in with the valve master has actually helped it, because the carb's actually running all right. They're deep. Those single HS4 carbs from Metros and Minis of the kind of 1980s are decent little carbs actually, before you got into the HIF 44. So what I've done, Poseidon's out, just running up just to get some heat in him. Move the seats back, ZS is moved back, so I'm going to put Kestrel here, nose in for now, and then I can have Poseidon at the front, because what I'll do between Christmas and New Year, I won't do it today because it's getting too late in the day, but I'm really keen to show you like the sunroof drains on video and stuff like that. So Kestrel will get some action very, very soon. We'll do a oil change, coolant flush, see what that looks like. That's going to obviously tell us if the head gasket has gone. If the head gasket has gone, it's not the end of the world on these. It's not like a K-series or something else where, you know, it's painful. You've literally got to get it off, put a new one on and get it done. They are much more straightforward to work on. And I think once I get back into the groove, I'll be a lot happier, because I used to work on A-series engines a lot. But say it's at least 10, no, pretty like 12 years since I last worked on. I'm pretty certain I sold my last classic Mini in 2012. So yeah, going to get the battery on charge now, just while I sort of potter around the unit. Yeah, next job on this, next part of the project on this will be oil change, coolant flush. Yeah, filters down there, nice and easy to get to. Some plugs just in the same area, so it's all very handy on this. Excuse me, big coughing coming. But yeah, so Kes, I think we'll get this car to the Chiltern Hills Rally, no problem at all. I think we get that floor. I haven't looked under it yet, but I know from watching All Things Alex's video that the passenger side footwell might be a bit crusty. It's certainly a bit thin on the driver's side as well. So we'll get that welded up. So we'll get the guy doing the BRM first, because that's really important. But yeah, if you're going to want to see what's going to happen on this car, and if you don't already do so, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It's greatly appreciated. We will bring you an oil change and coolant flush video on this car. Nice and easy job on these. And yeah, then some more work in the future. But yeah, the bulk of the content for the next couple of weeks is going to be Poseidon getting that interior. There he is over there. Getting that interior put back together with the leather seats, new headlining, new carpet, sunroof drains unblocked and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Kes has taken over the weekend, but that's fine, because I'm really pleased I've got this little car. It's a cute little thing, absolutely superb. Look at that, lovely, really nice. Going to get the unit tied up a bit over Christmas as well. I just need to organise a few bits and bobs around here, because it's, yeah, coming up here when it's really cold and wet is not the nicest. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, share with your friends, and I'll see you again very soon on the next episode of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.